In the silence of a clear and clean mind, the soul can connect to its truth and experience its original peace. In peace, you can be loving and you can share with others your happy nature. By listening to spiritual teachings, you can maintain your stage of inner peace and happiness. These are the words from the Supreme Soul, the wisest teacher, the best friend. Let us listen to these words in the awareness of a soul being connected to a soul.
The connections of light with the powerhouse are going everywhere. When you look at cities and towns from up above, you can see that some places have light. It is very clearly visible whether there are lights close to one another or whether they are spread out far apart. Father also saw the view of how many places the light has reached and how many places still have to receive it. Unless a place has light and water, it has no value. In the same way, what is the condition of living souls where there is no supply of spiritual light or water of knowledge? They are in darkness and wandering around, very thirsty and desperate. What value would you say there is of such souls? You have created a picture showing souls as worthless as shells and as valuable as diamonds. When they receive the light and the water of knowledge, they change from shells into diamonds, and their value thereby increases.
Om Shanti, and a very good morning to everyone. Greetings of peace and love. Here, the Supreme Soul is really our Supreme Father, our beloved teacher. And his only concern is for us, the souls, his spiritual children, to become valuable. So to become peaceful, loving, happy again. So he's using different ways how to encourage us, how to explain things, and how to move us forward. So it is like he makes that what is physical into spiritual, that what is gross into subtle. So here, the Supreme Soul is using the comparison of the physical light and water, how needed and how necessary they are to make a place valuable, livable, sustainable. So the same is for the spirit, the soul. So the inner entity that we are. So for a soul, for the spiritual being, in order to be valuable, we need to have light, which I believe is the energy of love, and we can get it only when we connect with the powerhouse, the spiritual sun of love. So one is the light, which means that we are shining with peace and love and happiness. It means that we are light, there is no burden, no heaviness. It means we are unlimited. And the second thing is the water of knowledge for the spiritual beings that we are. And the water of knowledge is like energy of the truth, which after the soul is awakened by the light, then it has been sustained and it has been nourished by the truth, by the knowledge given from the spiritual teacher. So both light, Spiritual light and spiritual knowledge are necessary for us to live in a full way, in a happy and peaceful way, and in a way that we can share it with others. So this makes me, the soul, valuable, like a diamond. It's like this seed that I am is growing when I get the spiritual light and when I get the water of knowledge from the Supreme. Thank you.
Welcome to all the beautiful souls all around who are listening today. I feel our Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, he is giving us a big responsibility today. He is reminding us that at one point, at one time, we were also wandering around in darkness, very thirsty and desperate. And because of that, he saw us, he felt love for us, and he adopted us. And we recognized him as our Father. So he is now giving us a responsibility that, children, you now have seen the light, the power, the powerhouse, love that God can bestow on us. So now it is our responsibility to spread his light and love to all those around us. We were worthless as shells, and we are aiming to become valuable as diamonds, and we need to do the same now. Recognize the beauty of souls and spread God's truth and words that you are also very beautiful souls, you are powerful. And in order to become more powerful, we need to connect to the Supreme Soul, the Powerhouse. Thank you.
Let there be a gathering of special souls of every occupation at every center, so that the sound spreads throughout the world, that the one Father and this one true knowledge is so easy for those of all occupation. That is, let people of all different occupations be visible together on the stage at every service center. No occupation should be left out. Let the unique sparkle be visible of having all varieties, from the poor to the wealthy, from those from villages to those from big cities, from laborers to senior administrators. Let all special souls of all varieties be there, so that no one can ask, is this spiritual knowledge only for certain types of people? The Father of all is for everyone. Everyone, from children to great-grandfathers, should experience this knowledge to be specially for them. Let souls of every occupation in every corner of the world say from their hearts that the Father has come for them, and that this knowledge is the support for them. Now make the souls who have been impressed do service, and make them move forward with the strength of that service, and make them instruments for many others.
Thank you. Very beautiful and powerful piece of the Murli. And it very much touches me because of the experience of being an instrument in the service of God. So in this fragment, the Supreme Soul speaks as the Father of all souls, the spiritual, the Supreme Father of everyone. And he loves in the same way everyone. So he encourages us to also love everyone, to emerge the feelings of brotherhood and to include everyone, to enable everyone to get this light of love and this water of knowledge from the Supreme, so everyone can be uplifted. And there is this beautiful sentence when the Supreme Soul says that no one should be left. And actually, the United Nations, they adopted this slogan only in 2016. They say, leaving no one behind. So there should be this inclusiveness, there should be this transparency for everyone. But it is only possible when it is done by the Supreme Soul, because he is the Father of all. And we are very fortunate because we are his children. So he enables us to enable others. And also the Supreme Soul, in the second part of this fragment, he shares very subtle secret of service, of so-called seva, of altruistic sharing. So he says, you then enable them to serve, because in this service there is so much benefit. When a soul is engaged in service of God, then there is this beautiful bond established between soul and the Supreme Soul. And this is the most beautiful bond and the most elevated actions we can do. And then this service also creates so many blessings from everyone who takes any benefit. And these two things creates this wonderful desire, pure desire in the soul to really become so elevated, become full of light, become full of wisdom. So I can really be this godly instrument for everyone. So beautiful fragment on including everyone, on the vision of brotherhood and being the godly server for all. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. Following on from the first paragraph, when God is saying that we have to recognize everybody as special souls, as special diamonds, it is our duty to follow what God is trying to share with us, so that the goodness, the truth, the beauty of special souls can then be made aware to everyone around us. It doesn't mean that people of higher status deserve more and people who are not as fortunate in a materialistic way are less deserving. Everyone is deserving of God's love and light. So now that we have been aware of this, have been given this special love and knowledge, it is our duty now to share this with every single soul that we come in contact with, and we have to invite them into the special gatherings so that they can also experience His love and they can experience their own powers, and then they can then serve other souls. So once again, God is reminding us of who we are, who we belong to, and what our duty is in this role that we've been given, in this body that we've been given. Thank you. Would anyone else like to share?
Shanti, am scris și în chat. Îmi pare rău că vorbesc în română, dar suntem în drum spre grădiniță. În timp ce ascultam Murli și relatările surorilor, a venit gândul că Baba, Dumnezeu, God, ne vrea printre oameni, chiar dacă marea majoritate sunt diferiți față de noi. E important să-i vedem așa cum îi vede Dumnezeu și să rămânem printre oameni. Acesta este cel mai mare serviciu și să rămânem conectați cu oamenii, așa cum a făcut Dadi Prakashmani, care este un model pentru mine. Și această conexiune a lui Dadi Prakashmani cu această lume a fost demonstrată prin tot serviciul pe care el a făcut și mai ales prin acea vizită la Organizația Națiunilor Unite, care arată clar că ea a prezentat și l-a reprezentat pe Dumnezeu într-un mod atât de frumos încât era dorită și în aceste locuri care sunt importante pentru această lume, dar noi acolo e necesar să accesăm și să intrăm. Om Shanti.
Yes, to translate, even though we are not like majority, we do serve by remaining amongst everyone else. We are with everyone else, and this is what the Supreme Soul wants us to be amongst our brother souls and to serve. And one example is Dadi Prakashmani, and also remembering her visit to United Nations and how she served by being amongst others wherever they are. Anyone else would like to share a point? Then, Aneta, would you like to share a practice for today?
Thank you. Yes, I would like to invite everyone to practice being light, connected with the Supreme Light, the Powerhouse. So I would say that it would be wonderful if we can find some time today, maybe special, extra time, to sit quietly and to go to this dimension of light, to put on the costume of light, this beautiful sparkling costume of an angel, connect with the Supreme Light, become light, and share this light of love and also the energy of truth with everyone in the moment of meditation. Create these powerful vibrations and share them with the whole world so the light can come to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time. Bye-bye.
Mm.